Jim Blockey, Roulette Aid. This vlog is titled Churches Beware. Now this is by far the most difficult vlog I have or hopefully will ever do. I mean, it's unbelievable what took place in my city on Sunday, October 1st, 2017. This has affected me in a way I'm unsure exactly how to explain. This has tugged at my heart and just brought my wife and myself to tears. I think what the problem I'm having is that we're looking for reasons this happened. In other words, we're looking for excuses. We've become a blame generation rather than a problem-solving one. In my book, I refer to this generation not as Generation X, but as Generation Excuse. I mean, some crazy man uses an automatic weapon in an attempt to execute as many individuals as humanly possible. And the most important thing, seemingly, is our need to know why. I understand that need. However, it is not the most vital. The fact is, we can't fathom it. Why? Well, because most of us, we don't understand that mental capacity one has to do such a thing. That really is a good thing. Here's how I see it. We've forgotten that there is a terrible evil in this world. You see, we've removed God from every aspect of America, which in turn has also allowed us to forget about the evil that's in it. When we dismiss God's goodness, we forget God has an enemy known as Satan, who is not so good. When you forget evil exists, you sure as heck will be unable to recognize it. And that is exactly what evil does. See, evil, they see an event such as Sunday night, and they exploit it to endorse their agenda, such as gun control. And they foolishly spout off and manipulate the belief that guns killed those people rather than the evil that existed in that man, in that shooter. You see how evil removes personal responsibility of their evil actions? The shooter would not have been able to do this evil act had it not been for guns. Well, which is partially true, which in any lie is usually what happens. But he would have found some other way. And they never secrete the truth concerning the cities with the most stringent gun laws in America and how unsuccessful those laws are. Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York had over 1,600 murders in 2016. That's over 10% of all the murders in the U.S. Chicago, the one with the most stringent laws, they had 762 murders. That's over 5% for them alone. And bear in mind, these are actual statistics, not polls that can be distorted to satisfy those paying for them. Personal responsibility is vital. It's vital for any nation or any community to survive. Well, evil has removed it. Evil also exploits children. This is why the first thing evil did in America was at the first opportunity take over our schools. And then as soon as they could, it took God out of our schools. When this was accomplished, our children not only lost God's goodness, but evil mystified us to the point we lost the knowledge that evil can exist and does exist. If you don't know good and evil exist, you certainly will not know the difference between them or how to recognize them. So now good became whatever you want it to be. And the lie that went along with that was, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. Lies always harm someone. In this case, it damaged our children, which in turn is obliterating this country. Many Americans actually believe it's not evil to abort an unborn child. Well, that not only hurts someone, it actually murders an unborn child. Yet in our public schools we teach it's okay. Countless believe homosexuality is simply an alternative lifestyle, including many Christians. See, it's because evil has manipulated us through the media and our schools to believe that Leviticus 18:22 and 20:13 do not exist. Or at least we misinterpret it. They say, do not have sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman. That is detestable. If a man has sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. It's hard to misinterpret that. Now, this doesn't mean homosexuals are doomed to hell. Those people say that are crazy. It just means that they're sinners like all of us. But it still remains a sin, something that is wrong, as in any adulterer's life, or a thief or a liar. But evil, that won't allow us to call a sin for fear we'll be called a bigot. Evil bends the truth and facts. They turn them into mere opinions, as well as spiraling opinions into facts and truth. For instance, God is merely an opinion. An unborn child is only a fetus. Global warming theory is actually a fact. Come on. Evil has us believe that what we believe is more important than the truth. America's Christian heritage, well, evil has us bent on believing that that is not true. Evil wants us to discount what our founders said, because they have manipulated us into believing, well, they didn't actually say that, or you interpreted wrong. No, we didn't. Lastly, evil is a magician like no other magician. You know, a magician, all they do is they have us focus on some insignificant item or items while he plays the trick on us somewhere else. Now, today, evil has us focused on environmentalism, global warming, ourselves, sexual pleasures, self-gratification, all of which are not all that important in the greater scheme of things. Evil also has us focused on racism, bigotry, the economy, the debt, jobs, all of which are vital elements in America. However, all of these items have simply become the problems because we have taken our focus off of what the genuine dilemma truly is, and that is what is being placed in our children's minds in our public schools. These problems occur today because we have allowed our schools to manipulate hatred and apathy into a way of life for our adults. Now, Matthew 18:6 in the Bible says, "Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone tied around his neck and to be drowned in the depth of the sea." Luke 17:2 says something quite similar. It says, "It would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were cast into the sea than he should cause one of these little ones to sin." So I say this to the church, and I try to do this in the most loving way possible. Are we causing these little ones to sin? Do we contribute through our taxes to the harming of our children through the public school system where they teach evil is good and good is evil? And not just through our taxes, through our apathy. You know, as I said, what happened to me on Sunday, it has affected me in a way that I just don't know how to explain. I hope this helped. I hope this explained it a little bit. But I can say this. There are absolute truths and absolute evils in America. And America and its founders relied on the Bible to define what those absolute truths and evils were. George Washington said in his farewell address to the country, "Reason and experience both forbid us to believe we can have a national morality without a religious, biblical principle." John Adams said, "Our Constitution is made only for a moral and religious Christian people. It is wholly inadequate for the use of any other." Evangelical churches and congregations, I say we must protect our children. We must come together and fight this. We must come together and call evil, evil, and good, good. Because this, my brothers and sisters, is on us. Jim Blockey, Real Ed Aid.